So we're here to review the Garvin Wilderness Expedition roof rack in front of the Volunteer Fireman Memorial. We're in Buffalo. Forest Lawn Cemetery. I'll tell you a little bit about this rack here. I picked it up off of Amazon for just under $1,000. Had it for almost a year now, and I've been able to give it a real thorough testing with all sorts of different uses. So far, I put it through all the tests and everything I wanted to, and it's done pretty well for me. I'm pretty happy with it right now. Let's see, to start, I guess I was looking for a roof rack that would be low profile, rugged, that would let you put the top down fairly easily, and installation would be kind of easy to do too. So I was looking around and I decided on this one. Like I said, this is pretty low profile here. The weight capacity on this one is probably about 300 pounds, they say. I've used it for just about everything I can think of right now, from lugging drywall and plywood and lumber to ladders, camp gear, metal, scraps of metal. I put dressers up there, furniture pieces, you name it. Actually, this thing is awesome. It gives the solution to the problem of very limited space that you face when you own a Jeep Wrangler, that I'm sure most of you who have one know. At times there really isn't enough space, and that's one of the reasons why I was looking for the roof rack. Trying to open up more options for me. So it definitely does what I wanted it to do, like I said. Let's see. As far as shipping and everything like that, like I said, I got it off of Amazon. I believe it was free shipping, so everything was for me under $1,000. Came in 2 pieces. I think let's see, all of these little slat pieces were separate, and everything like this came together in the box. You completely assembled it yourself, following the directions. They sent all the hardware. I have bits and pieces of the installation and some of the unboxing that I can try to include in this video. Everything went together pretty easily. I had somebody else helping me out, just because there are some parts that are a little bit tricky, and it's always fun to do it with somebody else, you know, like share the experience. It's a good time. You had to lift up the body a little bit in the back here, separate it from the frame to get this piece here underneath. You also had to do a little bit of drilling. There's some holes right here. You drill this one, these 2 here. Same thing on this side, here and here, and one more under there. A couple bolts needed undoing. You don't need a whole lot of tooling. Socket set, pry bar, things like that. This, though, I have to say, was kind of a pain in the ass. To get these Torx screws out, from in here so that these bolts can go through and mount this support arm. I snapped probably 2 of them for whatever reason. They were in there solid. I tried everything. I tried to use one of those, use a soldering iron to kind of heat up the joint. That didn't work. Tried everything. So finally I got them loose. That was the biggest pain in the ass. Had nothing to do with the rack, had everything to do with how awesome the Jeep is constructed, I suppose. You can't even take it apart. Ha, just kidding. Yeah, this side, same thing. There was one of them on this side. So that was it. Other than that, everything, if you followed the instructions, went together pretty easily. Lifting this back to take the top down is not that difficult. Undo these bolts here. One, the second one's over there. These two, this and this, and with just a little effort you can slowly bring this back. You'll swing it back and down, and you can set it on the ground easily. Nice. If you put like some kind of something under there to pad it, you can just rest it back there, take the top down, swing it forward, put these back on, and you're done. It may take 5 minutes. I recommend getting, if you're looking at getting a rack like this and you are serious about wanting to take the roof down and all that, I recommend getting one of those ratcheting wrenches. Makes it really easy, 9/16. Really fast, really easy. These are square carriage bolts, so it's got the square end underneath this, so you just hold that down and ratchet away, and boom, done. This one, use a socket or a regular stationary or the stationary wrench. I don't know if that's what they're called, but the wrenches that don't move, they're just the normal wrenches, and then the ratcheting one, and you can take that off really quick. Let's see. As far as the construction and everything, pretty solid all around. All the welds seem to be halfway decent. Maybe this one over some time I just needed a little touch-up paint. Use a little satin black. This looks like it's powder coated. A powder coated finish on here. The little bit of texture. Washes really nice when you give the Jeep a wash. Totally versatile. As you can see here, I mounted the light to the back by making my own little bracket. They want, I think it's like 30 bucks, 25, 30 bucks for a light mount for something like this. I bought this piece of metal with a bunch of other scraps for like, who knows, $8 or something. And I just used a bench vise and hammer and a grinder and made the little made that little bracket. So you can make your own light mounts, which I'm gonna do down the road. I have another video about my lights that I just purchased, those aux beams I've been seeing some people using. So I'm gonna make a couple light mounts. I'm not sure how or where they're gonna be, but definitely looking forward to that. But these little slats in here are great. You can move them around, slide them if you want weight all on one side or the other side or whatever, or you want them all evenly distributed like these are here. You can do that. Totally customizable. You can bungee off in a lot of different spots. I've run 2x4s through here. You can run 2x4s, you can space these open, run 2x12s, whatever you want. Whatever you think you need to fit through there, you can do that easily. Have done that. This is a work vehicle, and this rack has served its purpose as far as helping me in that, moving the things that I have to move without bringing along my trailer. Let's see, not sure what else I could say about it other than as far as its slim profile, which I prefer over a lot of those other chunky tubular ones. This is nice and low, not very noisy when the wind is blowing through it, though you do hear it a little bit. Thinking about getting one of those, or making even one of those, maybe some sort of windshield here that you see. Those are listed for 125, 150 bucks, I don't know, something like that. Ridiculous price for a piece of metal. But I have to find a way that I could have either the shield there, maybe some lights mounted underneath is the plan, but then somehow have this shield either flip forward so that I could still run the lumber through or something. That's in the works, who knows. That's the fun of it, having stuff like this, having a Jeep where you can do all these kinds of different mods. Put on some lights in this brush guard. There's a couple other videos that I put together that talk about that, and the light in the back and the tires. These are all new. I try to keep this thing as stock as possible. Very utilitarian. Like I said, it's a work vehicle. I don't really want it to be flashy all too much. Just do what it's got to do and let the Jeep speak for itself. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you have any questions about the rack or any of these other things that I've done to the Jeep, please let me know in the comments. Otherwise, keep on Jeeping.